Hey guys, we are about 15 minutes away from picking up Justin McCollum. Most of you may not know this, but Justin was born colorblind, and through conversations throughout the summer, I was making fun of him actually about being colorblind, and he said, you know what, there's a pair of glasses in Edmond that I can go pick up if you want to fix it. And I thought to myself, what a great thing for the church to do. So hey, we are going to take you along on a ride with us as we go and pick up these glasses, and we want you to see what happens when Justin sees colors like you and I see for the first time. And so sit back, enjoy the ride, and we'll get back to you in a little bit. I see with you. Yeah.
Hey man.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Hey, I got directions to the place, so it's only about 2 hours. So
Oh really?
we'll stop and get a little snack. I don't have road rage, but some people need to learn how to drive.
That's right. Preach it. Good word.
All right, Justin,
Yeah.
we're making our way to Edmond to get these glasses. You sleep very well last night?
Not as well as I'd like to.
Are you pretty nervous right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, truthfully, truth be told, there's a 50% chance that this may not work. So we're praying that Justin's one of the guys that it works for, and that these glasses will make an improvement in his eyesight.
Ready for this?
All right, let's go. All right, guys, we're at Lake Arcadia, and the reason we're here is Justin didn't want to try them on in the store, and I think that's pretty cool because he said, I want to be out in God's creation. And so we're out at the lake. We're going to go down on this dock down here. We're going to try these glasses on for Justin. It's going to be amazing. So come on. All right, here we go. The big moment is here. Justin, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. I'm going to put these on you, brother.
Okay.
Tell me what you see.
Is that what green looks like?
That is kind of a tint of green. Look at the trees. Look at the trees. Have you ever seen trees look that color?
So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame.
Put them back on, man. Enjoy what we got you.
Lift up your faith. Oh, wonder oh, you're not too hard.
Vinny, get over here and give him a hug.
So lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, come as you are, come as you are.
Can't stop shaking. I've never.
Welcome to the lake.
I feel like I've been missing out my whole life.
You bet. They look good too.
They look good.
Yeah.
Words just cannot express the thing that I'm seeing here right now, and I just feel like that I've missed out my whole life of the way that my eyes see color compared to how the rest of the world sees color. And now that I have this opportunity to see the true color that God created in His nature, it's I can't even explain it because I don't know how to explain it. It's just so overwhelming right now. And like the way that I see these trees and the way that I see the water with these glasses on are so much different than the way that I see it without the glasses. And I don't know how to else explain it except for excitement.
Lay down your heart, come as you are.
Let's see what I look like in them. What the heck? Cheetah print? You said I looked good in them. Why the heck did you get cheetah print?
You look great.
That's why I think about stupid glasses.
Justin, those were $4,000.
Actually, that's not what happened that day. We got there and the doors were locked. But I thought it'd be a better idea if we just did a live interview.
Well, we tried. So I guess another week of color blindness. Always check the website first before you go do something. A lot of fun. All right, 3 hours on the road. Back to it. Let's go. Chop, chop. Take us back through when you put the glasses on, because we were told that there's like a 50% chance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, when we were told that there was a 50% chance, I was really nervous that
You were going to be one of the other side.
Yeah. So when I put them on for the first time and I looked outside, it was almost like a feeling of relief first that they worked, you know.
Right.
And the first thing that I noticed was that I could tell the difference between red and green in the same scene, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was a very emotional moment, but it was more of just excitement and awe, really,
Right.
because I've never been able to distinguish green and red when they're close together. So
Well, and I think most of us, we just take for granted, you know, that we get to see green and red, but for you to see it for the first time was amazing. And then we were on our way to Home Depot to look at flowers and stuff, and I pointed out to look at the signal light,
oh,
and you
yes.
wouldn't shut up about it. You just kept going, it's really that color? And I mean, I'm serious, guys. He was just blown away by the signal light, you know, things that we take for granted every day. And just like when you saw it for the first time, it's the first time in your life you've ever seen it.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I've told you, but for me, without these glasses, when I see the green lights on the stoplights, it's more of towards a whitish light color, like a flashlight or something. But when I put these bad boys on, it was grass green, and I was like, no way. There's no way.
Not only do you look good in them, they look good going out of them, right?
Yeah, I would agree, man.
So we pull up to Home Depot, and we get out of the car, and so we start walking towards these flowers. And you go straight to the pink flower, and you said, and I quote, and I'm not kidding here, he says, "What color is that?" And Whitney and I looked at each other and were like, are you for real? And he says, no, I want to know what color that was. And Whitney's like, that's pink?
Yeah.
And just to see her face and to see her reaction was just priceless for me, man.
See, I wish I could see my face, you know, in that reaction, but I can tell you right now, like, before I got these glasses and without these glasses, pink looks gray to me. And to see the total difference between the two shades, or the two colors of pink and gray, it was, I mean, I honestly feel like I've missed out on so much with not being able to see colors the way that everybody else can see them.
Right.
And seeing pink for the first time, it's one of my favorite colors. I don't care if it's girly. I don't care if
You told me you're going to paint your whole house in
our
pink.
whole house, man. I told Whitney it's going to be all pink.
Yeah,
So
which I think is cool. So we go inside and we go to the paint section, and so we play this game with him where we would take the glasses on and take them off, and he would try to tell us what colors was what. And what was amazing is that when we would put pink versus like purple, he would call it blue and gray. And and so then he'd put the glasses back on. He goes, You switched those out on me. I know you switched those out. And we're like, no, these are the same cards that we had. And it was amazing.
Yeah, it's like a night and day difference too. Like, and I don't really know how to explain it much more from what I see compared to what you guys can see. Because if you were to put these on, and you don't see much different. You don't see any different. It just looks like sunglasses. And multiple people put them on, but it's a total change for me.
Right. So let's kind of get to the gospel a little bit.
Okay.
I asked you a question about the fear that came with colorblindness. Like, have you ever felt like God shortchanged you?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially growing up, when my grandma first told me that, when I would color or something, I was coloring the grass blue. I thought she was joking with me at first. Mm-hmm. But then as I got older, and my mom and my dad started noticing the same stuff. So they had me tested one day when I went to the eye doctor, because I don't have good vision either. I have to wear contacts. So one day when I went and got my contacts, they tested me for color blindness, and I failed the test. They told me I was colorblind, and they told me I was red-green colorblind, which has something to do with the cones in my eyes, to where I can't really distinguish which one's red or green in close proximity to each other. I have troubles with seeing blue and purple, distinguishing those. Most of the time, I just think it's blue, and I'm taught these things. Like, I'm taught an apple's red, and so if I see something else that looks like an apple, I'm going to say it's red, even if it's brown or green. Like, to me, and it's really hard to explain to people. But growing up, people would, they do the questioning game. What color is this? What color is that? And at first it's kind of cool, but then getting older and stuff, it got really annoying, and it kind of got frustrating. I remember sitting in my dorm room one time after it, and I was just kind of thinking about my poor vision in general. And I was just asking myself, why did God make me? Like, why do I have to have this attribute about me? Not being able to see color and not being able to see without help. And I don't like help a lot of the times.
No, who does? You're a man.
Yeah, I guess so. I like to be.
You just keep driving around until you.
Yeah, and it drives me crazy. Yeah. But then I started, actually thinking about, well, God made me in a special way. Mm-hmm. And maybe he has a purpose for me with this blindness,
Well, I know in Luke, they were, in the Gospel of Luke, they were walking past this blind man, and so the disciples asked this question, whose sin was it that caused this man to be blind? And because in that day and age, they thought, somebody in his family or this guy sinned, or God has it out for them. But the problem with that is that Jesus answers them totally different. He says, this is not this guy's sin or his parents' sin. It was so the glory of God could be seen. Mm-hmm. And if you ever thought about that, probably when you were growing up, you never thought that you'd be able to see like normal people. Right. And now all of a sudden, because of technology and science, now you're able to see things the way that I see or Whitney sees. And I get to thinking about that phrase that Jesus says. It's not because he did something, or it's so the glory of God could be seen.
Absolutely.
And could you imagine that, people are going to watch this video and they're going to be mesmerized, not by who you are, but that God took something that was broken in you and he fixed it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the plight of every one of us, is that we have to realize that, we're broke. We can't fix ourselves. There's nothing that you could do to change the fact of, I can see now.
Right.
It was up to the fact that you had to realize that you were broke. But
that's absolutely right.
God came in and he changed the situation. And I think that's so paramount to anything that this church is doing, or any person who calls herself a believer, is that they have to realize that their brokenness can't be fixed by human hands. Exactly. We can't make ourselves better.
Right.
And now you can see. Now you can see like what everybody else sees
it. Yeah. And I have to give full credit to God, putting the intelligent minds to come together to create these glasses, the science behind noticing what the eye can see and how the eye works, and then wanting to create something to help people like me. And I give all glory to God for people like that.
No, absolutely. Another question that I have, and I mean, I know we got to wrap this interview up and stuff. The question that I have too is now that you can see, is there a freedom?
Absolutely. I would say so.
Is there a freedom to just feel the presence of God?
Oh yeah, I would say so. It's just crazy to me how I can see now, and Chadwick's shirt's red, and I can tell that apart.
Yeah, like he can tell that the chairs are green in here.
Yes. Yep.
He can see the specks in the floor, all because God has given somebody the ability to think through things and create things that would have years ago not been possible.
Oh no.
So, man, I want to tell you how much we love you as a church. We're thankful for you, and I'm glad that I got the opportunity to witness this.
Yes.
I told Leanne that, man, there's been moments in ministry where things are tough and things are difficult, but this has been one of my favorite experiences I've ever had.
Really?
When it comes to ministry in general. I knew that it was going to be special when we went. I thought it was cool when we went, but when your face just melted over those, over the things you were seeing, I was just like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And so I want to say thank you to the church for buying these glasses for him.
Absolutely.
I want to say thank you for the church for just supporting us in this, because this is what we want to be known for as a church, is that we will do everything we can to help people and love people, but we don't do it because we want to be special. We do it because God has called us as a community of believers to love each other.
That's exactly right.
And Jesus says to his disciples, the way people will know me is your love that you have for one another. So, man, we love you. Dude, I'm excited that you're able to actually see the color of your fiance's eyes now.
Oh, man, gorgeous.
Were they great?
More gorgeous than when I couldn't see the real color of them.
Good answer.
That's what
Good answer.
But yeah, and I think the church too. I want to thank the church for the support and the opportunity to have these glasses.
We are thankful for the church and what they do for us as staff and just God in general.
Absolutely.
How he just blesses putting us in a body of believers that want to see the gospel of Jesus Christ go forward. So, church, we love y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll hopefully do more things like this in the future.
Hopefully.
I believe in the risen one. I believe I overcome by the power of his blood. Amen. Amen. I'm alive because he lives. Amen. Amen. Let my soul join the one that never ends, because he lives. I was dead.